Everybody should have a collection of exercises that they love to do. It's good to warm up and good to keep busy, good for if you're watching TV, grab your guitar, don't plug it in, do some finger exercises. So you all know this one, the 1, 2, 3, 4 finger exercise, but I want you to watch my fingers, all right, and see the way they sit on the neck and watch my right hand as I'm playing this. Got the metronome, our best friend, right over here. We're going to go nice and slowly, right? It's like lifting weights. The slower you go, the stronger you get. Okay, so my thumb is right about at, if we look at the fret markers, the actual fret wires, 1 and 2, it's about behind the 2nd fret wire at the middle point of my guitar neck. Not here, not there. Don't let your thumb be over there, other than when you're doing bends and things, all right? Make an invisible line down the middle of your neck. That's where the thumb goes. When you do this exercise and stay in one position, your thumb should not move at all, okay? So, here we go. We're going to start on the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we go back. Notice how my fingers are staying spread out. If your fingers are touching each other, that's bad. Okay, that's the 1, 2, 3, 4 finger exercise. Because we call this the 5-minute lesson, I'm going to give you some variations on it, okay? Now, the speed at which you play this exercise is the speed at which you don't make mistakes and you can make it sound like music. So this by no means has to be the speed at which you play it, okay? Just so you know, we're at about, I don't know, 66 on the metronome. So, you know, you can go slower than that. Or remember, if you really want to get strong, you can hold these notes out for 2 or 3 beats. So you can do something like this. 3, 4, 1, 2. Those are half notes. They get 2 beats each. Nice long notes. All great players play long notes. Like so, etc. Dare yourself to go slowly. And remember, the finger may not move until the beat. So I'll show you what is incorrect. I'll try and do it. This would be theoretically incorrect. Let's see. It's going to mess me up to do it. Notice how I'm stopping. I'm getting to the note on time, but I'm cutting off this note early to give myself time to get to the note. Now you're not synchronizing your right and your left hand, right? Because basically, as your right hand comes down to make a stroke, that's the second that your left hand changes. That's why you use the metronome. That has to happen at the same second in time. Okay? So a poor example of this exercise, once again, would be this. Oh, I'm doing it right. I'm hitting it right on the beat. Now listen to the way I play it. Even though I'm lifting my fingers, with every note, don't leave your fingers down. Sounds like one long, continuous note. And you always go backwards, all right? To shave a little time off the lesson, I'm not going to go all the way backwards right now. Because if you notice that I was just doing downstrokes the first time around, If you're not used to alternate strokes, then just do downstrokes for starters, but you by no means have this exercise when you can just play it in downstrokes, right? Because then your goal is going to be, it's called true alternates. True alternates go like this. Now you can watch my right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And if you can actually focus on both my right and my left hand, you'll see that they're perfectly synchronized to the quarter note beat. Go. Last thing you can do with this exercise is to move it around the neck, right? So for the sake of time, because I want to keep the lesson short, for the sake of time, we'll speed up the metronome for now, which you will not do at home. But the idea is to play for as long a continuous period as you can, which we never do, even if we're playing a song. When we play a song, we take these breaks, we pulse our fingers, we find these spots where we don't play with as much intensity. That's the cool thing about doing a simple exercise, is that it keeps a load on your fingers for as long as you decide you're going to do it, which will actually equal good cross training, because it will make your muscles work harder than they do when they're playing a song. Then you get to the song and you're killer playing, right? Okay, so basically something that you can do after a while, let's say you get this going, you've got your alternates going, you're pleased with your finger position, but you feel like just one repetition of up and down doesn't do it for you, right? So you come back down. Go to the second fret without stopping. And we go all the way up, all the way down. And then we go to the third fret. And believe me, you want to get your fingerprints all over the guitar, right? Come back down. There we go. Then we go to the third fret, etc. Now, there's a more intense way to do this, okay? The more intense way is when I get to the top of my exercise, which is right here. Instead of going back down in the same place, I slide up with my pinky and I descend my scale in the next position. Every time I get to the end of my strings, in this case my low string, so as soon as I get to the end of this at the very top, top meaning the highest string, go up. Now I can conceivably be playing this exercise and working my technique and my strength and my endurance for 5 minutes of continuous playing, which we never do. No matter how long we think we're jamming, we're never playing a load like this continuously. Right? So eventually, don't try this at home, right? You get this. These are 16th notes, by the way, 4 per beat. Then I'll take it all the way up. Because you want to get your fingerprints all you go as high as you can on your instrument, because one of the problems is that people do not play high enough on the neck, so they lose the opportunity to solo there. Once I come here, I start moving down. Right? Etc. So I've just shown you many different ways to work this particular exercise. So when I say to all my students, and I still do this exercise all the time, when I say, here's where you start, it ain't boring. It's a long and interesting road to studying your technique. All right? So this is our first exercise, our first lesson in, I call it the 5-minute primer. Probably will go longer. I don't have a clock. All right? You can play any point of this back. Check my technique. All right? And then as soon as I get all the equipment out that I need to have, we'll talk about playing some licks, how to take a lick from a tune and put it into another song. We're going to talk about moving chords around and some other really interesting creative things. But in the meantime, you really do need to check your technique, because if you use good technique, you will always be a happy player, because you will have zero gravity, and that's what you're looking for. So enjoy!